everybody, this is Mystery Grill here today. We are continuing with the G of G. That's the only way I'm just going to say this game. I'm going to give you guys a little bit longer of an episode than I did last week due to the fact that you guys were a little bit suspenseful, and I had a little switch in plans. Smite will be tomorrow along with Minecraft on Thursday, reason why I have a very special guest tomorrow, so we will be enjoying that, enjoying some Smite, and enjoying some little bit of gameplay. So let's get started with the story then. About 30 meters away from where we're talking, someone screams. Oh gosh, what happened? A desperate cry follows within seconds. Dave, somebody! A woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in the direction. Oh no, no, no. Cop! Crap. Hate it when that happens. Although the thief flinches for a moment at the sight of the policeman's uniform, after a quick check for any convenient side streets, he barrels onward. Move it! Brandishing the stolen bag menacingly, his hand violently gestures out of the way. Oh boy. Stop right there! Okay, dude, do your job. The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly accustomed to this sort of situation. While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrink with surprising swiftness. Out of the way! Man runs in a straight line toward a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. I said move it! As he prepares to strike with the bag, I ascertain the movement of his shoulder and aim for the first signs of motion. Yeah. And hit his wrist sharply just as he began to swing. Ouch. The man's arm instantly stiffens and loses all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I'd be surprised too if all of a sudden I got hit. I immediately grab the collar of the Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him toward me. Why is he wearing a Hawaiian shirt? Because it looks like we're in Japan and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. This is so weird. I would not blame you, man. Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. Oh, fun. When pushed, just as they've begun to embrace themselves against being pulled, anyone except a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balance. Wow. Yeah, I'd be completely on the ground and be like, okay, here, bye. Nice shirt, where'd you buy it? Shock spreads across the man's face as his knees buckle against his will. I tried to gain a chokehold using my grip on the neck of his shirt, but I'm not safe. The man promptly draws his head back and shifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing a hold on his neck. Oh, gosh! Man, what a fight I would love to see. Although I expected as much from a glance at his build, it seems like he's somewhat experienced in judo. What? How can you tell by someone's build? I get like there are big bone people and there are people that are experts, but I know someone like who knew karate and I didn't know even by his build. I can't tell. I can't tell at all. I can't tell by that. Can you guys? I don't know. But in this case, you would have been better off trying a decisive tackle. What? Rotating around the purse snatcher in the opposite direction of his slide, I yank his right arm upward with both hands in one movement. I've circled to his back. Oh, kind of like when they're trying to arrest the guy, they put their arm behind their back. That's cool. Ooh, ouch. Next, pull back on the opponent's wrist and elbow and pin him to the ground. This is just basic Aikido, by the way. What's Aikido? Leave in the comments down below if you know what Aikido is. I would love to know. Oh, wow. That looks so painful. That looks so painful. And look, there's our character finally. We see our character. And we see why he... Yeah, that looks disgusting. A little bit. I don't... I mean, if you like Hawaiian shirts, that's fine by me. I mean, I like the comedian Fluffy, and he wears Hawaiian shirts all the time, so I can understand that completely. Hey now, you've got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. That's a good comeback line, considering the fact that he is the one holding a purse. I don't know how to say with these pains. Oh gosh, I can't. Perhaps unconsciously, the man's now empty right hand desperately slapped the asphalt. While holding the thief pinned, I quickly shoot it behind me. Oh, the policeman! Don't just stand there! Yeah. I'm like, dude, come on. You should know what to do. The policeman jerks up straight in response to my angry shout, taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch around his wrist. He runs over to restrain the criminal. The purse snatcher seems to have resigned himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. He accepts his red-handed arrest for thief docilely, then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the police radios for backup. Apparently, they weren't too far off, as sirens supposed to notice. Ow! Sirens in my ear. Sirens in my ear. Sirens in my ear. Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm quietly watching the scene in perfect passivity, the policeman from earlier runs over. Thank you for your cooperation in the arrest. I'll pass on the letter of thanks. How about letting me move on? Is that what you say? I don't know. We can't do that, I'm afraid. If possible, we'd like to have a detailed conversation at the station regarding both this incident and the previous matter. Great. Figured as much. And I'm looking at this beautiful sky. Shaking my head in aspiration, I silently rebuke myself. Should have just left it on. What, so you can just get moving? As the policeman pushes at my back, I glance at my wristwatch, informing me that I'm already 5 minutes late for my meeting. So I was supposed to meet someone probably at like 11, and it's like 11:05 already. Oh gosh, fun. Oh, it's that time. Wow. Look, you about ready to talk yet? I ain't talking. 3 minutes have passed since I was brought to the interrogation room, familiar as the place where criminals break into flop sweat in TV dramas. Oh, fun. Most of them are kind of dramatic. Some of them are not, depending on what cases they're doing. I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, my arms folded in a perfect silhouette. So do that. Like, just pretend like you're just leaning back, arms crossed, nose in your eyes, just sitting, legs crossed, knees in perfect silence. Fun. How are we supposed to let you go if you don't respond to our questions? I'm trying to make it different voices. It is hard on my voice. Weren't you supposed to meet someone? Shouldn't you just talk and get this over with? I would not say anything about that, considering. Instead of responding, I close my eyes, a silent statement indicating that I have absolutely no intentions of opening my mouth. That is I think our character is more of the more of the silent good guy, bad attitude type, the way I'm getting. Because he's a good guy and stopping the purse snatcher. He's got a bad attitude considering this response and some of the other responses. And he's silent because he doesn't really talk. The detective clicks his tongue in exasperation at my attitude. I've got a pretty fair idea of what he'll be doing next. If you hear what I'm hearing, he's like banging the desk. If you don't have anything to hide, talk! How long do you plan on remaining silent? And ow, hit my desk. The sound of something being struck and an even louder attempt at intimidation. This is the point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with his eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor and quivering. I would be quivering. As for me, my eyes are still shut and my arms still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. It's like he's in his nothing box and just sitting there like, yeah, whatever. Great. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt me back and forth, but I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I should get off without direct violence this time. What? So he was abused as a child? That's sad. Not say that they won't pull out the old TV cliches and harass me by shining a desk lamp in my eyes or something of the sort. Yeah, that is an old cliche. Just shine my face and talk. So, I can roughly translate the detective's sigh these days. I gently open my eyes in order to sneak a look at his disgusted face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record of the most dramatic asymmetry between the left and right sides of a human mouth. Or maybe he's just scowling. So it's like... something like that. And I think it's pretty funny that he says the Guinness World Record for something like that. I wish they could show a picture of the detective. Like, really? When I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpected pleasant sight, the detective scratches his head violently and glares at me. Look, buddy, I don't know who you've been talking to, but playing dumb with the police isn't going to gain you anything, alright? How am I playing dumb? It won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either, except your time. I don't blame him in that matter. I turn my gaze to the clock on the wall of the sweat box. An hour has already passed since the scheduled time for the meeting. So, it'd be around noon, maybe lunch? Who knows? How about in response when I'm speaking to you? Bash and everything goes everywhere, like pencil, paper, something of the sort. The detective strikes the desk with excellent comic timing. Funny. Ha ha ha, I'm laughing. The best part of the way he knocks his ashtray off the table, every time he does this. I have to agree with that. Why would you have an ashtray sitting right there and like go... You're gonna break the dumb thing anyway. What in the world is your deal? Still distinctively fed up, he stood down to pick the plastic tray off the floor. You're gonna break the dumb thing again. Kazumi Yuji. Occupation, student. Yes, you have said that already many times. We looked it up. You came from Yamanashi, right? No criminal background, no traffic violations or juvenile custody records. No commendations on public record either. What kind of person has absolutely no data in the system? Somebody who lives a quiet life and doesn't really break the law? Sway up? I see it. Your record is so clean, it looks like someone's been widening it out. Just who the heck are you? Oh, really? It's like if you're a rich kid and you have this bad grades. I'm thinking of Life is Strange with all of. I know everybody's ahead at this point. Or like, I think the kid's name was Nick. Like, he's the billionaire of the whole town, and his record is cleaned because the real records are sealed by the principal and everybody else. Who knows? Kazumi Yuji, occupation student. Is that all we're gonna say? Really? What's with that? Did someone tell you to only say that line if the police caught you? Are you some sort of terrorist or what? A terrorist? What? I don't see guns. I don't see anything of that nature. Kazumi Yuji, occupation student. Shut up! Just shut up! First it's say something, now it's shut up. Talk about hard to please. Or just somebody who's just getting angrier and angrier. Our capricious detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes of danger drift gradually through the air. Based on his thoroughly wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I'd say he hadn't been home in days. That would... I'm sorry, that would stink the whole room. That is not fun. Look. Cut me a break. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. Oh, gosh. Another sigh. It's enough to make me want to heave one myself. That's all you're gonna say about that? Because we both take our work seriously. It seems like we're stuck going around in circles. Okay, so what is our job? That's a good question. We sure picked up a royal pain in the butt this time. The investigation of that purse snatcher case isn't going smoothly either. Thanks so much for dropping that on our lap, by the way. I'm sorry if I helped you and beat the dumb guy so you could arrest him. Jeez. Knock. Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness and mutual glaring, there's a well-timed knock at the door, and the sound of it being unlocked. Yes, hello, sir. Who's there? The president? A slightly plump, elderly detective enters the room. Ooh, so he could be the chief of some sort. Given the respectful tone of the detective I've been chatting with, he's probably a superior of some sort. That's what I think. I think he's the captain of the whole area. There's something that... Oh, well, huh? What are they talking about? After a quick glance in my direction, the elderly detective whispers something into the younger man's ear. Before long, the younger detective turns towards me with a decisive, unplussed expression. You're being released, it seems. Thanks for your cooperation. Really? Released? Cool. Why now, all of a sudden? You're asking the wrong guy. Aye. With those parting words, the young detective leaves the room. So we get to leave! Yay! The elderly detective watches him go and then faces me with a crazy smile. But... Well, sorry about that, Kazumi-san. It seems that we hadn't received any report on our end, and we were only just now placed in contact with your guarantor. Fun. The detective stares at me with eyes like a dead fish. Basically, he's dead to me. As an employee of Ichigawa, if you simply said as much... Okay, so which Ichigawa? I'm an employee of that? I thought I was a student here for a second. If you'd known I was from Ichigawa from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, stripped me naked, and sprayed me down with a hose? Now that's a bit crude, but could be true. You're quite the kidder. Did you forget that we belong to the unparalleled Sakura Demon? We're all friends here. What is he talking about? I am so confused. They should really learn to get that situated. Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Ichigawa is only a part-time cleaning job. So he's a janitor. Cleaning? Cleaning? Is it? Huh. I see. That's well put. Just as I'd expect from your collection of eggheads. Collection of... That was rude, in a sense. I don't know. I'm confused. In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vaguely resembling a smile. So like a... But really, now, if you'd simply inform us a little earlier about the circumstances on your end... Well, as I'm sure you know, the higher-ups are what they are. We had quite a mess there for a moment. Sarcasm drifted from every pore of his body. The detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He perfectly civil and on a superficial level, but the atmosphere in here is growing increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective from before, hard that he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Ichigawa about me? Not quite. You see, we were running your name through our database. In the middle of the data retrieval, the phone rings. We pick up the receiver and find we have a call from the Minister of Defense's special organization. What? Asking us, might you be in custody of a dog of ours? Okay, now, meaning we're the low in the military. Well, now, that was quite the surprise. We're not running an animal shelter here, you know. Since you found my owner and confirmed that my leash is properly attached, I should be able to leave now, right? Yes, just as you please. Oh, that's right. We were also contacted by the principal of the school you're transferring into. So we're still a student, too? Wow. That's so. Yes, indeed. Since you hadn't shown up, it seems she was putting calls in to all the police stations in the area, one after the other. What? What are we? A criminal to this person? Oh, gosh. Yes. Our chief ended up getting pulled to the phone while he was in the middle of a meeting, and got quite an earful, apparently. I feel bad for the chief. Cry. Where's my backpack? The luggage we've been holding on to for you is in the entranceway, which would be over that way. If you'd like, shall we send you over by car? You're not getting funds from public taxes in order to chauffeur bums like me around, are you? I'll walk. That was not nice. Okay, we're gonna end the episode right here. Thank you guys so much for enjoying this game. I am thoroughly enjoying the story so far. I mean, it's still in the beginning, but I'm really enjoying this game. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember to stay frosty. I will see you in the next video, which will be Smite with a special guest. Bye, everybody!